And good evening, my dark webbers and YouTubers. It's Anonymous Gamer coming to you live yet again with a bunch of reports that you need to know about the dark web, but also you need to know about the world itself. And in perspective, I'm understanding that there's actually still a lot of illegal shit still going on the dark web, very strong, by the way, too. Also, the one that's kind of interesting is actually the Silk Road, too. The Silk Road has been open for a lot of capabilities of the dark web, if anyone wants to know. The Silk Road is still open today, if you want to know. In perspective, I can't disclose where exactly the Silk Road is, but I'm going to keep that to myself. Good luck trying to find it, everybody. But other than that, the one thing I want to tell you about is that there's a lot of illegal shit happening too on the dark web. Like, there's a lot of people stealing iPhones, tablets, and MacBooks, and all kinds of things like that too. Which kind of interesting that they're selling them for a pretty decent profit, but also they're making a pretty good buck out of certain ones though too. They're also selling servers as well too, if you know what I mean by servers. I'm not talking about like the big old servers so like that. I'm talking like these little dinky things that are able to get into any device without actually having to have actual abilities to go ahead and use on that device itself. See. But one thing that's kind of funny though too is that everybody can't understand why the hell does the government not stop this situation from happening? What you ask? Well, the government's actually profiting off of this stuff, if you want to know. Because I'll tell you why. Every single time the government profits off of something, every single time they make a lot of money, see? And every single time they make a lot of money, then they're able to go ahead and do whatever they want afterwards, see? What's really kind of funny, though, is now in China, they're actually getting away with actually doing black market donors, if you ask me, if you know what I mean by that, black market donors. In perspective, they also been killing off half percent of the what do you call it, prisoners that are in the prisons themselves, just to actually get enough money to go ahead and require to upgrade the situation of intestinal tract to those people that need, I guess, somehow need the parts that prisoner has. So what they do is they go ahead and put them in a sleeping state, the coma state, to understand why in perspective, so then nobody will understand that the person's breathing or dead, see? And afterwards, the situation, they go ahead and slice that person open and then go ahead and steal those organs so then they can make a quick buck off that person that they just gave that organ to, see? I mean, it's kind of funny, because the person's a prisoner doesn't mean you have to go ahead and slice the guy up like a damn freaking codfish and then pull his intestinal tract out just to give it to somebody else, see? In perspective, they just like to make the money situation too. Same thing goes with Trump now too. You want to know something about Trump now? In perspective, the reason why we're actually going to war with Israel and so that, and now what's it called? Was it North Korea? Is because the situation is going haywire thanks to Trump as well too. But what's kind of funny though, the reason why we're trying to go to war with Syria, if you ask me, is because the capability of what they have over there, which is mainly gasoline and oil. So what happened was someone actually decided to go ahead and sabotage the actual government oil facilities around in the United States. If you notice, because in perspective, if you want to know something funny, I believe that it was the government themselves that went and got ahead and destroyed every single thing that was going on around here. I mean, what's stupid, if you ask me, is that everybody doesn't understand how the hell are you supposed to figure out why the hell the government goes ahead and destroys everything that citizens love. See, citizens love everything around here, so then we can require anything to figure that out. By the way, too, in this world. And that's one thing I wish that everybody would understand, that the government itself is being disclosable situations, which is stupid if you ask me. I mean, it's just dumb if you ask me for that situation. If they would understand to, at least help out the world and not fuck it up like they're doing today. And yes, the government has been fucking us up lately, if you want to know. Because if you want to really figure that out, if they weren't fucking us up or fucking us over in America, we would actually be living a better life right about now too, and not constantly going on each other's nerves or constantly, killing each other off the earth or everything else as well too. Like, the funny thing is though now, and since Trump is the one that's being a little bitch and so that and everything around this, I don't give a fuck about what I say on this radio station. See, and that's the funny part about that. Seriously, is YouTube cannot rely on a situation of people not saying cuss words. So what? YouTube is not all family friendly. Okay, people, get a life or at least get a job in the situation. People, come on. I mean, wake up, YouTube. Even you're brainwashed. Fun thing is though too is that there's actually a lot of things that are interesting in this world. I mean, I hate to say, but too is that there's also the situation of syringes involvement of autism in two kids as well too. And now someone disclosing the situation of a movie being developed on the word autism as well too, caused by injections. See, certain injections actually do cause autism in certain people as well too. If you're wondering. And the kids, I hate to say too, that also what's nuts about that, ejections actually do cause autism when you're like a little older though too. So that's what I'm saying. So in perspective, if you want to know about that situation, just go ahead and find that person on the dark web if you're wondering though. He actually has a site that's up and running that has to do with that whole entire situation. Because I found his website a long time ago. Too bad I can't give you guys any sites because if I was able to give you some sites, they would all get shut down easily. But yeah, that's the only thing that's kind of messed up about that situation. But the one thing I wish that everybody would understand, if we're gonna get along in this world, to understand how we're supposed to get along in this world, and what we're supposed to do in this world. And that's one thing I'm still trying to figure out is why the hell does everybody have to go and kill each other off on this world? And what's kind of funny though is that the government's actually starting to make money on the dark web too when it comes to the word, finding somebody a gun. If you ask me, and that's what I'm saying though, the government's making money off of that too. And instead, they also go ahead and brainwash that person that actually ordered that gun off of them as well too. If you're wondering, for that capability of Bitcoin, if you're wondering though too, that's what I'm saying though, guys. Money makes the world go around, and nobody understands that situation. See. The only person that understands that situation is me so far, if you noticed. And what's even funnier is now that every single situation is too, is like what's kind of interesting though. If Trump actually did kill that actual person, where's the body though? See, in perspective, we need to know where the body is. We don't have to freaking just, guess that he's dead, because in perspective, if we guess that he's dead, then in actual perspective, that person wouldn't actually be dead, but he actually would be Trump's friend, if you guys noticed. And that's the funny part about that situation is that if they would actually, do something at least about, what's going on in our world. Sorry, falling asleep here. But as I'm saying though, I don't get why people can't understand that Trump is actually a bad guy in disguise. We just don't even know that. See, I hate to discuss politics in this volume because I really don't like discussing politics in situations because, like, if I do, everything will go to hay and a hell barrel and go to hell, automatically just because of what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying though. But what's kind of interesting though is that I'm here in my undisclosed location, if you guys are wondering, so I can't tell you exactly where I'm at. But you guys will understand that. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if we would understand too, is that there's a lot of weird shit going on in this world. Like, fun thing is though too, is that the dark web is actually starting to open up more and more child pornography sites, which is disturbing if you ask me. More gun sites now too. More drug sites. Some of them are actually to do with links to go ahead and involvement of hacking with the capability of Linux, where you can go ahead and hack anybody's iPhone or tablets or anything like that just by using the program of that Linux was actually supporting. They also have a capability of Mr. Robot, which is kind of interesting too. Like, you guys should really check that one out, by the way. The Mr. Robot Linux program, which is pretty good. In perspective, if anybody ever uses Linux still, You should actually go ahead and use the capability of Linux to go ahead and get into any password security or anything like that. But funny is though too is that the Mr. Robot application actually does have a security breach situation, like a breach attack, where you can actually go ahead and set a breach attack to go ahead and go down to a certain person's security system. But funny is though, you need a very strong security breach system to go ahead and get into some higher security systems. You know what I mean? But other than that, though, the Mr. Robot one is actually pretty interesting. There's also Cody or Code Linux, I believe, or Coding Linux, and well, Kodi Linux. There we go, Kodi Linux. You can also have a capability of hacking with that as well too, if you guys want to know. But funny is though too is that Kodi Linux actually has a little bit of a bug error situation with the what's one of the kernels, I guess, I believe. And what's kind of funny about that is that you can also use that as a support system for your Google Chromebook or tablet or whatever you got. And you can go ahead and do that. But funny is though too is you can actually put Crouton on your actual Google Chromebook or tablet or whatever what you got. And funny is though too is that most of the stuff too is that Android has been breached so far. Um, Google's been breached so far. Apple's been breached so far. So far, there's a lot of stuff that's been breached so far. Like does today that the clouds have been breached so far, and that's why I've been telling people the cloud system is not safe. Doesn't anybody know that? Always keep your backup situation systems on a thumb drive or a backup USB drive, or mainly a backup, backup USB drive. You know what I mean? Or a little SanDisk that you can keep with you at all times too. See, so then you'll actually be able to go and install that into your device. So you can go ahead and install it somewhere else too. In perspective, the one thing that's kind of funny though, I still don't get why the hell the government even took it down in the first place. And the program is known as MediaBox HD. If you guys are wondering. I still don't get why the government took that down in the first place. They took it off the internet, if you're wondering, or unless they did. The people that actually own the app itself took it off the internet. But in perspective, the one that's kind of interested about that app is that you can actually watch all the live movies you want without actually having to rely on anything too. See, um, you can watch live TV shows. You can watch live movies. You can watch all kinds of things. You can even do the same thing with a media box. Well, that's media box. Sorry, yeah. You can do everything with shit. Like, I can't remember what it's called. But you can also watch like live TV without actually have the situation of certain live TV situations, like Hulu or Hulu Plus or Netflix and so that you guys can actually get a lot of stuff you can actually do. If you guys know how to, enable the capability of those apps itself. Funny is though, the reason why I actually use apps that are, are illegal in perspective or slightly illegal is because in perspective, if you want to know the situation of, being a pirate, if you guys are wondering, to go ahead and be free for all of what you got, if you want to know. That's in perspective if you notice that everybody has to stand for freedom and their rights to actually do whatever they want without actually having to be, jerked off, if you know what I mean. But that's what I'm saying, though. I mean, the government's been doing a lot of dangerous shit lately, too. And what's even more worse is now Trump is actually starting to jump into the running, too. And then what's kind of funny, though, I said that Trump would actually find a loophole in the board list, and that's what he's doing. He actually found a loophole in the board list, so then he can, so then he won't get impeached. See, in perspective, impeached means you have to automatically get everybody together to go and throw one person out, but and then go ahead and select the ex-president that you want that person to, go ahead and be now next. See, but the funny is though, should have got some sleep last night. The funny thing is, though, is that when it came to Trump itself, the funny thing is he wanted to be president, and funny is though, when it came to the past, he said, I wouldn't want to be president. I would actually go in and do all kinds of things that would actually change the world. But in perspective, he lied right there. So in perspective, those old videos that you see of him talking about him wanting to be president at the time, well, those are all lies. What he was trying to say. So if he was became president, which is mainly now, he is pretty much just lied to the whole entire public itself. See, other than that, though, there's a lot of weird things going on in this world. Like fun is that there's been floods, tornadoes, hailstorms. There's snow in my area right now. There's a lot of weird things happening around the whole entire world itself. So that's what I'm saying. So I think sooner or later doomsday might come, but exactly I don't know when it will come though. But it actually should be coming. I don't know when though. But in perspective, that's what I'm saying. I'll keep you guys posted if Doomsday ever comes, by the way, too. In perspective, they do have a dark web clock where it actually goes ahead and counts down to Doomsday, if you want to know. Which is kind of funny, if you ask me. But other than that, there's actually been a pretty good amount of dark web stuff lately. Like so far, I found a couple of documents that have to do with the Project Blue Book itself. That have to do with the aliens and the UFOs actually having to come down to visit. And in perspective, of case those aliens do come down to visit, then the project would actually go ahead and tell, oh well, that's not that was just a weather balloon that you saw, or that I have to kill that public person just because he saw that UFO. Or I had to confiscate his videos and so that just because he uploaded them on the damn web, so everybody else can see the alien ships coming from the sky. Funny thing is though, I don't believe that there actually is going to be any alien ships coming from the sky. Because the perspective, if there was going to be some alien ships coming from the sky, there would have been a lot of tons of them right about now too. Perspective though too, there's actually going to be the year 2020 is going to be Trump. Then, if you notice, but the one that's kind of nuts about that is that in the year 2022, well, 22 too, the war for the Earth is about to happen. And technically, you want to know what the war really actually stands for in the perspective of the actual Earth itself? It's not Trump that's actually going to be, just situations of, trying to get aliens to actually help us out in this world. It's actually going to be his authority to involve the capability of, the whole entire United States getting bombed thanks to the freaking, government constantly using those stupid stealth jets. If you notice, they'll use stealth jets over us, and then they use the capability of the hologram system. So then they'll be able to go ahead and bomb us very easily. If you guys want to know, see. But that's what I'm saying, though. If anybody would understand how we would get along in this world, I wish you would tell me, and I wish you can, write a description down below in my actual comment videos, and then so that as well too. But other than that, yeah, I'm just wanting to talk to you guys about the stupid things that have been happening around in this world as well too. But also remember, you guys, if you like the video, and you can subscribe to the video. Um, Other than that, though, too, that's all I gotta say. But I'll see you guys later. And this is Anonymous Gamer signing off. I shall see you guys later. See ya. I really